Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. And also please remember that I'm still running my Buy Me a Coffee campaign. Just click on the QR code in this corner here and then it will divert you. You can donate, brilliant. If not, that's not a problem, but please consider it, as it's going to come in useful for future rugby league projects. Anyway, let's begin with the show. Coming up in this episode, we have extended highlights of Wigan Warriors versus Catalan Dragons. Well, it's Thursday night rugby league and we're heading to the DW for a game between Wigan Warriors and Catalans Dragons, as two teams are facing each other, looking to get to the top of the table. Looking at the two teams, Catalans Dragons have started the Super League 27 on fire as they seek to atone for a disappointing exit in the playoffs for last term. The French Raiders are one of only two sides with a perfect start, 3 from 3, opening with wins against Wakefield, Leigh and Salford. But bookmakers believe the Dracs' 100% start will come to an end at Wigan on Thursday night. Wigan failed to justify favouritism against Hull KR on the opening weekend of the season, as they were beaten 27 points to 18 at Craven Park. However, the Warriors have responded to the setback in no uncertain terms, putting 60 unanswered points on Wakefield in round 2 and recording a second successive win to nil at Castleford last week. Wigan Warriors winger Liam Marshall bagged 4 tries against Wakefield and followed up with a hat-trick at the Jungle last Friday, so it's no surprise that he's joint favourite alongside teammate Bevan French to dot down first against the Catalans. But the Dragons can afford to solely focus on stopping Wigan's flying wingers. Well, they cannot just look into that, because the hosts carry a threat across the entire paddock. And it's a threat that the Dragons are only too aware of. So who have the two sides called into the teams? So first of all, let's have a look at the Catalans Dragons side. As expected, without Sam Tompkins in the squad, Adam Kieran comes into the scrum half position, with Matthew Laguerre getting his centre spot. Otherwise, it's an unchanged backline for the Catalans Dragons, with Artur Morgs, Tom Davis returning to his old club, Artur Romano, then the aforementioned Laguerre, as well as Tom Johnson, who's having a decent start to his Catalans career. Tyrone May will partner Kieran in the acting halfbacks, in the halfback position, with Mike McMeekin and Julian Busquets coming into the forward line as Roman Navarre misses out. Mike McMeekin being promoted to the prop position rather than the second row that he was last time out. Paul Seguer and Manu Matu, the Hull recruit, comes into the second row after he missed out against his former club last time, with Ben Garcia, the captain of the Catalans Dragons. On the bench, there's no Siasu Takiyaho for the Catalans Dragons, as he stayed back in France, or was part of the travelling party, but kind of picked up an injury. Miko Gudamon, Taiki Chan and Jordan Desire continue on the bench, with Laguerre promoted to the top, to the first team. Hugo Tilson comes into the interchange bench, with Bastian Skimon, who was unlucky not to score last time he played against Wigan Warriors in the final league game last year. For the Warriors, quite simple for the Warriors. There are no changes from their starting lineup against Castleford Tigers last time out, and no changes to the sub-bench or the 18th man, as Jai Fields, Bevan French, Toby King, Jake Wardle and Liam Marshall start in the back line, with Cade Cust and Harry Smith in the half-back positions. Brad Singleton and Sam Powell join with Mike Cooper in the front row. Willie Iser and Liam Farrell are the experienced second rows, with Morgan Smithies at loose forward. Ethan Havard, who came off the bench to score last time out, is on the bench with Cade Ellis, Patrick Mago, Kai Pearce-Paul and Ian Byrne is the 18th man. And it's time for the kickoff in not the best of conditions in Wigan, as Adam Kieran sets the kick towards Wigan. First drive in by Mike Cooper, which was followed up by Brad Singleton. After a Wigan break, a high tackle by Morgan Smithies gives Wigan some more defending to do, as Morgan Smithies went over the top and Catalans are attacking on the 3rd minute. After Tyrone May offloaded and Brad Singleton almost getting the catch, he knocks on, and it's more pressure on the Wigan line. As you see, May attacks the line, tries to offload, the ball comes off Michael McAloram's head, and then Singleton almost intercepts. Nice header that. Good knockdown to play on, but Wigan have to give up the scrum 10 metres away from their own line. Wigan are then pinged for offside at the scrum, and it's putting more pressure on the Catalans side. Looks like Jake Wardle Toby King went early. Oh, it was Cade Cust, and then Catalans get on the attack. After a settler to the left of the post, Catalans go through the middle, and they've already positioned to look to the left but go to the right. And after the ball goes to Arthur Morgs, who is held up short of the try line, the next play it proves fruitful for the Catalans Dragons, as Manu Matu gets over the try line for the opening try of the game. The try is given straight away, and Catalans are in the lead 4 points to 0. Matu is back in the country after going home to his father's funeral. Condolences to the Matu family, but back to his day job, and he gets the first points on the board. After this gentle, subtle little Sam Tompkins style play, Arthur Morgs is held up, but Matu is loitering with intent behind, and he spins in the tackle, dives over the try line for the points. Nice effort from the young French fullback, forced back by the Wigan players, but there's players on the ground still as the ball is being played. And Matu beats the 2 Wigan prop forwards to score on that left edge, to the delight of Steve Amara. Adam Kieran with the conversion. It goes straight through the post. 6-0 Catalan Dragons. Harry Smith puts in this beauty of a kick. I think it was going out, but Tom Davis got the right turn on him, and Wigan are in attacking position. Could have been an accidental offside call, but the call was given out as a knock-on. What a kick this is. Stays in and does a right turn, which fools Tom Davis. Wigan are in the attack, but unfortunately it comes to nothing, as at the end of it Morgan Smithies fumbles on the 5th tackle near the Catalans try line. Wigan are starting to do 2 things. One, fast play the balls and kick to this left hand corner, as Harry Smith plonks one in on the 4th tackle, and Liam Marshall's there to force the dropout. Arthur Morgs was there to cover, but Wigan Warriors are causing havoc down this left hand side, kicking early while Tom Davis is too high up on the right hand side of the pitch. Good kicking from open field for Harry Smith. Fantastic 40-20 from Sam Powell. Get Wigan up the pitch. What a fantastic effort from the Wigan's testimonial years acting halfback. Ball goes out wide to Willie Isa, who drops the ball, and Michael McAloram takes the kick. But look at the state of Willie Isa's face. His lip is an absolute mess, That was a bad ball by Kate Cust. Should have found the man. Now Wigan making more mistakes. Catalan are keeping them out. After that mistake by Willie Isa, Catalans are back on the attack on Wigan's line. And Jake Wardle fumbles the ball off that Arthur Moggs kick. Wigan have completed only about 75% of their sets, where Catalan have been 100% of their sets. Wigan, 4 handling errors and 5 penalties so far in this half. Catalans Dragons, 0 handling errors, a couple of penalties. Wigan are about to give another penalty away. It's another offside at the scrum decision that Catalans get. But it's not all that happens, as Kate Cust is pushed by McAlorum to get off his player. Willie Isa's bloody mouth there, all to be seen. And Catalans are successfully getting under Wigan's skin. Just a simple push by McAlorum to get him off Arthur Morg. Get Kate Cust off Arthur Morg. And then, in they go. The referee's in the middle of that. He should step away. Nice try, ref, but no. Not with all these guys running in. But it's a penalty. Catalans have decided to go for 2. Referee Marcus Griffiths have had enough about with Willie Isa's bloody lip and says you've got to go off the pitch now. And they decided to have him stitched up. Adam Kieran will go for the 2. Kieran sizes up the 2-point attempt. And the flags go up. And Catalans Dragons at 8-0 ahead. Willie Isa seems to be back on. But I think they've had enough. Again, the referee. Got to sort it out. Now he goes down the tunnel to get it all stitched up. Harry Smith's restart though, he's going for the distance, but it goes all the way out. And it's not 68-0. 8-0. But that's another mistake for Wigan, who have not come to play in this bad weather. Catalans Dragons attack that left-hand side. Firstly, a rushing defensive effort from Toby King sees Catalans going back, and the retreating King is overlapped, and a knock-on from Wigan by Ethan Havard gives Catalans the ball back near the Wigan line. It's always going to the left-hand side after a couple of drives from Catalan Dragons, and Adam Kieran's ball out wide finds Artur Romano, who scores Catalans' second try in the game. A great effort by the French club, and they're now up by 12 on the 34th minute. Young French centre goes in, basically untouched. But Wigan are looking a bit shell-shocked. It's a nice move from the left to right. Both of the playmakers are on the left edge, and Adam Kieran draws 2 in to bring Artur Romano the 4-pointer. Good ball out wide from Kieran there. Goes between 2 men. Romano puts it in the end zone. I know, I apologise for that reference, but that's an in-goal area, and Artur Romano gets the try. Kieran sets himself up for another attempt at goal, but he pushes it across the face, and it's still 12-0. A set play by Wigan draws a penalty for Wigan after it looks like Bevan French is stripped by Adam Kieran, causing the penalty. The experienced NRL Roosters player gets in the way of Bevan French here, sees him coming, and off that kick, nah, it's definitely a penalty. Wigan have already got a penalty to piggyback themselves up into the Catalans half, and this is the second one in the bounce. Wigan force Catalan into another dropout due to a Good kick by Harry Smith into the corner yet again, but Tom Smith only had the momentum to take it out of the back of the in-goal area. Still 12 points to nil, and Wigan is slowly turning the screw. Not much momentum, to be fair. Wigan receive a penalty just before half-time, right in front of the posts, and the referee spots it and calls time on the game. Pausing the clock while waiting for what Wigan want to do, and being in the last 5 minutes and a half. The late one from Manu, and it looks like contact to the head to me. They're checking it, and it is a swinging arm, to be fair. Late swinging arm, and that only results in one thing. Manu, go sit down for 10 minutes. Just to confirm, yellow card. Once more, Kate Custer's ball has gone. Bit late, bit high. But the rules are 10 minutes. Smith steps up and puts it through the middle of the post, and it is 2 points to 12, just before the half-time hooter. It's half-time in the Betfred Super League as Wigan trail 12 points to 2 to Catalans Dragons. Catalans Dragons are in control on the scoreboard and on the field, with perfect 100% set completion. So we're up and running for the second half as Wigan want to get this deficit back to a winning margin. It's going to take them a tough bit, but John Wells has been in the dressing room during half-time, and he's asked Matt Peters asked the Wigan players to get more around the kick returner, and also more people in the tackle to slow down the Catalans play the ball, and also looking at the possibility of moving Jai Field into the halfbacks for more pace. Wigan are looking to get back into it, and after Liam Marshall is held up in front of the line, Wigan attack with Harry Smith, who finds Cade Ellis, who hands on to Harry Smith, who scores right to the post. Wigan are back into it, especially with the kick being successful from Harry Smith as well, converting his own try. It's 8 points to 12. Here's that play again. Decent play the ball from Liam Marshall, and Cade Cust finds his halfback in support, and he goes over for the try. Liam Farrell backing his way into the Catalans half 10-metre line. He's messing about at the play the ball, not clearing the ruck from Michael McMeekin, and it is a penalty given to Wigan Warriors. McMeekin was caught in the acting halfback position and getting in the way of Sam Powell. Sam Powell made it look a bit worse than it was, but Wigan get the penalty, and they are deciding to go for 2. He adds the extras, and it's 12 points to 10 with Sean Wayne and Joel Tompkins looking on in attendance at the DW Stadium. This is a fantastic kickoff. Jai Fields can't catch it on the full. He would have went out as well. It's Catalan forcing Wigan into a dropout. He tried to throw it back up in the air. Wigan almost got a lucky bouncer too. Liam Marshall not far away from diving on the ball, but Catalan get away with it and see out some sustained pressure and a penalty for Wigan to see themselves out of their own 20. Catalans make a gravy with a great kick from Tyrone May on the 4th tackle, and Matu is driving towards the line, and he feels that he's got over the line. Great support play from the outside back. The big man has potentially got his second try, according to referee Marcus Griffiths. So here's what the video referee wants to look at. The onside offside. Definitely onside from the kick. And now they play on. Matu gets around Jai Fields, but Jake Wardle is trying his best to stop the former Hull man from scoring a try to give Catalan an extended lead. But the video referee just calls it about there that he has got the ball down. Doesn't need another look at it. Goes to the video referee board, which symbolises as a try. Catalan are back if 6 points lead with the kick to come. Great runner back on the grain from Tyrone May. Great support play from Manu. And the big man gets over the try line, despite the best efforts from late Wigan defenders. Great run, great Samoan sidestep. And the ball's down. Try time. Adam Kieran with another conversion attempt, trying to make it 3 from 4. And he does. 10 points to 18 for the French club. Wigan is starting to turn up the pressure as Sam Powell tries to go over from dummy half, close to the line, after getting a couple of good plays. Good calls, good defence, good line speed, so that they can get the ball in Catalan's defensive areas. And after Cade Cuss goes to the left, Harry Smith moves to the right, and his kick over the top has Bevan French in the chase, but this time the Wigan flyer could not make it count for a try. Little bit of ingenuity, great little dink kick, but unfortunately not quite there for Bevan French. Wigan gets a lucky bounce after Catalan put the ball down and forced the ball down. And Wigan are coming again. Mistakes are coming out of Catalan in this second half, a bit of pressure, and Wigan are back, putting the effort in on the Catalans line. Wigan decide to attack this left edge once more, and with Jai Field bumping off players, getting to the middle of the pitch. The Wigan Warriors mercurial fullback Cat has not been given a minute's peace throughout this game, but Wigan trundle on. Now the ball is swung out to the right hand side of the pitch. And Tom Johnson, ball and no tackle, and Toby King is an absolute game winner. Fantastic effort from the England winger. Doesn't just score tries, he saves them as well. So Bevan French flings the ball out wide, and a great make-up tackle, and Toby King is forced into touch. Looks like that it's going to be Catalan's day in this close one. And so it turns out to be, as full-time goals at the DW Stadium. Catalans Dragons have won their first game in 15 attempts at the DW Stadium by 18 points to 10. Well, what can you say about that, apart from I've got to stop predicting scorelines, as I haven't got one right at all this season so far in any of the divisions. So what can you do? Wigan Warriors were beaten by Catalans Dragons, who played the conditions better than Wigan Warriors. Wigan were trying to be expansive, Catalans just limited their territory gain. Jai Fields, Bevan French, even Liam Marshall, all taken out of the game. There was one little moment that Wigan thought that they had Bevan French in, but he couldn't take in the kick. Harry Smith led Wigan around quite well, but the rest of the team went up to it. Still only a 7 out of 10 performance for Harry Smith, where Catalans Dragons in defence, that was an 8 out of 10. Restrictive, maybe a close game and scoreline, but that's because Catalans' defence was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this late night episode, the highlights episode, and Catalans now go on to being the 4 wins from 4, Wigan 2 from their 4 games. Is this a bit of a problem for Wigan, or is it Catalans rolling on, being very, very good? Just don't know. Tell me in the comment section below. Anyway, I'll end the episode there as I always do by wishing you all the very best, so please stay safe. I'll see you in the next episode.